Hey, everybody, you're listening to the Smoke Meat Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Pittman. Smoke Meat's brought to you by Joe's Underground here at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia, in the bottom of the Lamar Building. Jeremy and the gang down at Joe's just always make you feel like you're loved as soon as you walk in the door from the first time. So go on down to Joe's, have a drink, have a snack, meet some new friends, or just hang out with old ones. Either way, you're going to love it. That's Joe's Underground, the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia. Remember, I goes to Joe's and so should you. Today on my Smoke Meat, I had the pleasure of hanging out with Miss Sherry Nelson. Sherry was one of the finalists in the Maxim Cover Girl contest. Was actually in Maxim back in March and April. And she is doing a lot of great things. She's growing quickly. And you're just going to love her. She's such a sweetheart. So without further ado, I'm just going to kick this beast off with Sherry. So here we go on Smoked Meat. So how you doing today, Sherry?
I'm great. It's warm and sunny. We just had Canada Day, and we're about 80 degrees, so it's a wonderful day.
Oh, nice.
And I'm talking to you.
Hey, that makes it even better.
Yeah. But am I talking to Marie the Clown? Am I talking to the comedian, the paramedic? There's so many layers of you.
Oh, I'm like Shrek. I'm like an onion. I've got so many layers, it's ridiculous. Oh, yeah.
They're all good layers.
I like to think they are. I like to think they're good ones. But yeah, when you talk to me, there's no telling who you're going to get. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. But I tell you, I've been excited about doing this interview. We've talked before this, and you have been so sweet, and this is going to be so much fun. Oh, yeah. Now, I know you were a finalist in the Maxim Cover Girl contest.
Yes.
You were in the top 4, correct?
Yes.
So how in the hell did you wind up doing the Maxim contest?
Well, it's one of those things where you do a contest and you think nobody will know. I was approached, my Facebook profile photo, actually, a photographer had sent me a note and said he wanted to take my photo, and I didn't really follow through on that. And then he messaged me and said that there was a Maxim Magazine Cover Girl contest. And then, so I looked into it thinking that I would never be allowed to enter because usually those are just for American citizens. And it was an international contest. So I submitted my photo, but there were so many beautiful girls. I thought that I would do it and I'd get bumped out right away. Mm-hmm. And no one would know, but at least I could say that I did it. And, well, I'm happy that I did it because Maxim Magazine is a pretty great magazine, and people seem to like me, and I made it into the top 4, and I've been on a completely different path than I had ever expected, and I get to meet people like you now. So, no, it's turned out for the best. It's like winning the lottery.
Very cool. And I know you were in the March and April edition this year of it.
Yes.
So
yes, I was. And Maxim, they were kind enough that I got a whole page. So
nice.
It's fun. It's hard to find though, so I'll have to go onto Amazon or eBay and try and get myself a copy because I couldn't find a copy.
They didn't send you a copy? I figured you'd have copies of it and all kind of stuff. Man.
Well, I think at that time, that's when the COVID took effect, and all of a sudden the borders were closing, businesses were closing. So it's not on Maxim. I think it's just everything kind of blew up for the negative at that moment, and it kind of probably got lost in the mix. So, no, I'm happy to find it. I'll do my homework and look for a copy myself.
Nice, outstanding. Well, I think that's just cooler than the other side of my pillow because that's not cheap real estate. That's a whole page especially is a big deal.
I know. I was excited. I was really flattered. They're very, very good to me. So, yeah, no, I highly recommend anyone if they think, oh, I'll never win, just give it a shot. You never know. You could be on Smoked Meat.
Hey, now don't get everybody's hopes up so high. But yeah, I know what you mean. I love doing contests. I've done several comedy contests and not such a huge fan of those. A lot of them are on the up and up, but a lot of them, are the people who are in their hometown club or whatever. They're the ones that are going to win because it's their crowd, and it is what it is. But I just
well,
did Oh, go ahead.
You just did the hot challenge on the hot white chocolate. So what is the hottest thing you've ever eaten?
That was really close, but there's another challenge that I did called the Toe of Satan. And it is a lollipop that's made with pure extract of peppers, and it's 9 million Scoville units. And that
Wow.
thing was ridiculous. To put it in a kind of a reference for you, a jalapeno pepper is 2,000 Scoville units. So,
Wow. So when you do a hot challenge, what's the best thing to wash it down with? Is it sweet? Is it, dairy? What's the best thing to wash it down?
Dairy is first and foremost. When I did the Toe of Satan, I didn't realize I didn't have a drop of dairy in the house. Yeah, and that thing was terrible. It was like sticking my tongue to the cigarette lighter of a 73 Pinto. And my wife
goodness.
had a brand new thing of almond milk, and I've never even tried almond milk. And I cracked it open, and it actually did really good. But I like to keep some milk whenever I'm doing them because that it kind of neutralizes it a little bit. It still don't undo the heat a lot of times, but it does fairly well.
Well, I'll do a hot challenge with you. If ever I come to Georgia, I'll do it with you.
Outstanding. You know, we
So
film
people they can suggest, and oh my goodness, hopefully but hopefully I don't want to eat like a hot covered cockroach or anything. I just want to have non-animal.
Yeah, we don't like cockroaches. Nope. I saw a video where this guy ordered a dried tarantula and ate it. And I'll eat a lot of stuff, but yeah, a dried tarantula. And,
wow.
No, I'm good. No thanks. I mean, it still
Well,
had
I guess
like
that
the
would
little
be
fur.
like in your mind. Yeah, well, I guess you would just think psychologically, okay, I'm eating chocolate covered pretzels, so it's not so bad.
Oh, I don't know if I could substitute that one or not. That's kind of rough. Oh, but yeah, you'll get down here to Georgia. We film a lot of stuff right here.
I've never been. Well, I was at the airport there, flying from another place, and no, I really want to go there. I remember seeing an interview of Andy McDowell, who's she's from there, and she always said, "Oh, the best hair and skin in Georgia." So I'd like to come visit there.
Yeah, I actually live about 20 miles south of the airport. So.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm between. We've got Tyler Perry Studios 25 miles north of me. I've got Pinewood Studios here about 10 miles from me. They're in the same county I am. And
oh, wow.
I live 12 miles from where they filmed The Walking Dead. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I first moved here, I decided I was getting out of medicine. So I decided I wanted to cook. And I actually got a job working at Nick and Norman's, a restaurant there owned by Norman Reedus, the guy that plays Daryl, and Greg Nicotero.
So what kind of food does Norman Reedus serve at that restaurant? Is it themed for that show, or is it something else?
No, it's something else. The restaurant, the ambiance in it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of his photography and stuff in it. And the food is really good. I mean, they got some really good burgers and steaks. That's where I learned how to do my Brussels sprouts the way that I do them. And things like that. I mean, it's really good food. Yeah.
How about we go there when I come down there? We'll go there, and I have to learn how to make their Brussels sprouts because that's my dad's favorite vegetable.
Oh, man, it's easy. I can tell you right now how to make the good Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Use fresh ones and cut them in half. And get a flat top, a griddle, or a frying pan. I like to use my griddle. And a little bit of oil on there, and just put them on there, let them go for a little while, keep turning them. And about 5 minutes before you're done with them, pour balsamic vinegar on them. And that's all we did, and they are so good.
Do you have a preferred balsamic vinegar?
I don't. I haven't dug deep into it yet because the really good stuff can get really, really, really pricey.
Yeah.
So right now I just use the one from the grocery store. But yeah, I want to dig into those some because I love the flavor of it, and I know the more expensive you get, the deeper the flavor is.
Yeah.
But I'm notoriously cheap. But oh yeah, and it's funny. I'm cheap on some things, other things I'm not. Like last night, I'm here at the house by myself. My wife and kids are out of town for the weekend, And I decided I wanted a steak last night, so I went to the grocery store and found a 2.5 to 3 pound cowboy cut ribeye with a bone in it, and got that.
So when you're a bachelor, you eat like a king.
Yes, I do. Yep, which I still do whenever they're at home too. I do a lot of the cooking because my wife works full time also, and when I'm off, there's no sense in her having to come home and cook. So I do a lot of it. Yep, my daughters are learning how. My oldest daughter, her favorite thing to cook is chicken Alfredo. And
what's your daughter's favorite character of you?
She has actually watched me film Murray before. She's actually filmed Murray with me one time.
Really?
Yeah. She's 19. She loves Murray. My youngest daughter, she likes the coach pretty good. Because I've got a football coach character. And she likes him.
I didn't see him yet.
Yeah, his name is Coach Dan Graham. And he does it all for the kids. He's from Green Tree County, Alabama. And he's so much fun because he never played football and he doesn't have any kids, but he's a football nut. And he's got the typical Southern football coach hairdo from the 80s. And he is hilarious. But yeah, he's on the YouTube channel. Him, Murray, Chef Rupert. I've got another guy named Damian Rufferwell, who is a goth guy who is way too old to be goth. I did a couple of him reading fairy tales. And
who do you model him after? Do you model him after Marilyn Manson, or who is he modeled after?
No, he's I can't really describe him. He is Damien. It's really dark in here when I'm doing him. He wears all black, and he's got little tea lights lit up around him, and he's got all kind of little skulls and stuff on his table. But he's got a little teddy bear skeleton who is his friend Rupert. Not Rupert. What's his name? I can't think of the teddy bear's name. Rutherford. Rutherford is his teddy bear's name. And he speaks like this, kind of not really an accent, but not without one. He is weird, but he's fun. And of course you got Wayne. Wayne is one of my favorites to do. Because Wayne is a 70s guy who wears a Hawaiian shirt. He keeps it open about halfway down, to let the hamburger meat hang out. That's what we call the chest hair here in the South. And he's got a big bushy mustache and big 70s red hair. And this is Wayne's voice. Hey, baby, it's Wayne. How you doing? Because, Wayne's all about the love. And he is, I love doing Wayne. He is so much fun.
Do you play Barry White in the background when you have Wayne in?
I don't, because I'll get popped for licensing.
Oh,
yep.
Right.
Yeah, I remember the good old days when you could just play a song and everybody was fine with it. Now, if they catch 2 seconds of one online, their algorithm will mute it or whatever. And I hate that. But, I have a lot of fun with all of them. And I've got a couple of characters I'm coming out with. I've got one. You remember how everybody, when Elvis died, everyone said that he faked his own death?
Yeah.
Well, I am in the process. I'm making the suit now, but I'm making a character who Elvis did fake his own death and became a house painter. And little mama, his name is Eldon Preston. What color you want your walls? And
that's good.
Yeah, all of his painting equipment's going to be painted gold. And his white painter's jumpsuit, when I'm finished with it, is going to weigh about 40 pounds with little bling and rhinestones all over it. And he's so much fun. My wife and kids bought me a big old nice Elvis wig for Christmas, and he's got the gold shades. He's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I enjoy doing stuff like that. I mean, I'll never make money off of it, but it makes people laugh and makes them smile, and that's what I'm all about,
Is that your therapy? Some people, garden, cook, but is that your therapy? You let your mind, take you to a different character, to release tension?
That is a big part of my therapy. This podcast, that's what I do it for, is therapy, actually, because, I'm a paramedic full time, and this helps me wind down.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I bet being a paramedic, especially in this day and age, you definitely need an outlet.
Yeah, yeah, and another thing I do, of course, is cooking. But I've told a lot
What's
of
your
people,
favorite thing to cook?
oh man, you're killing me. Let me think. I've got so many different things. I haven't done it in a while, but a lasagna straight from scratch is a wonderful thing. When I do that, it takes me all day. Because when I say from
Really?
scratch, I mean everything. I make the pasta.
Do you have a secret ingredient?
No, just hard work. But I do the pasta from scratch, the sauce. I grind the meat. I make the cheese. You name it, I make it.
You make the cheese?
Yeah,
Wow.
mozzarella and ricotta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, like I say, it takes me all day whenever I do one like that. But the name of the show being Smoked Meat is a neat story how it got that name. It's kind of a sad story, but
How?
a good one. About 5 years ago, I had two strokes. The first
Oh,
one I
no.
didn't know I had. The second one I was on the ambulance when I had it. I started stuttering and just a lot of different things. And I got lucky it didn't get me physically, but it scrambled my eggs upstairs pretty good. And I was at home for 4 or 5 months. I couldn't go to work, so basically I'm rattling around the house. And I have a friend that loves to hunt, but he doesn't like wild meat. So he would kill either a hog or a deer, and he would call me and another friend of mine and say, "Y'all come get it." Well, one, free meat, I can live with that all day long. So we would go get it and take it out to my house because I lived out in the country, and we would process it. And I got tired of doing it the same way every time. Okay, yeah, we've got this much hamburger, this much whatever. I decided I would learn to do different sausages and things like that. And I taught myself how to do like brats and pepperoni, andouille, you name it. And I do a venison pastrami that is amazing.
Really?
But doing that,
Well, it's so much healthier when you eat, wild game. I'm not a hunter. I love deer, and actually under the little cabin that we have, we've got a family of foxes. But I'm not a big hunter. But I do know that when you eat wild game, it's so much healthier and so much flavorful for you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And
Have you ever made Swedish meatballs?
oh yeah, oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
bet you did.
yep. And whenever I'm making sausage, I know what's in it. It's not got 10 million pounds worth of fillers. It's got my spices and it's got the meat.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's
Well, you could even branch out into making your own meatballs and selling them.
well, here in Georgia, you got to have to sell meat and that kind of stuff. You got to have so many different things that it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess like with anywhere, you've got the regulations and the approval. And now with COVID, you probably have even added more.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But I'll make stuff sometimes and I'll take it to work with me and feed all my crews. Or a couple of weeks ago, the sheriff's department we had a couple of bad nights and they actually gave us bulletproof vests to wear. And
my.
I did a couple of Boston butts. I barbecued those and took up there, and I fed all of our deputies that night because of that.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
yeah, I like to cook for folks, but I just love cooking. Period. So that centered me, and that helped me to get to where I could be back and do what I do. So as a tribute, that's why this is called Smoked Meat. Yep, told you it was kind of a
It's a
sad
good
but a
name. It's a
redemption
good
story.
platform. Yeah.
But yeah, I love to hunt. I don't get to very much anymore because we live up here. I've still got land, and whenever I'm able to go, I do. But I've never been a trophy hunter. I've never found a recipe for antlers yet. And whenever I do kill an animal, I use every bit of it that's usable because to me it's, I look at
That's
it.
critical. That's so important.
Yeah,
Yes.
the animal gave its life so that I could eat. And it would be so
Yeah.
disrespectful to waste any of it.
Yes.
And plus, just horrible to waste it. So, that's one good thing I do. I'd love to learn how to tan hides and stuff, but I hadn't done that yet. But we did kill a snake a couple of years ago down there, and I gave the skin to a friend of mine, and he tanned it, and that turned out really nice.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He
Do you have
tanned
a lot
it.
of snakes? I guess you must.
Oh yeah, Georgia's eat up with snakes. We got copperheads and we have rattlesnakes. Yeah, we've got some snakes here. Plus we have the water moccasin, of course. But one good thing about a rattlesnake, if you kill one, you can eat it.
Really?
Yeah, and it is delicious.
What does it taste like?
It's I hate to say the old cliche, it tastes like chicken, but it's because it's what they call a blank palate. It tastes like whatever you cook it with. It's a white meat.
Yeah.
And it's really, really, really good. But yeah, I mean, we fish and all that, and I love doing fish. Do you do a lot of fish at the house?
No, but where I live, there's a lot of fishing charters. So, yeah, it's a big tourist thing here. We've got a lot of trout where I am and some salmon. Yeah. What kind of fish do you have where you are?
We've got, in my pond, we have catfish, bass, and brim. And that's what we've got. And
Okay.
I'll tell you, if you go to bake some fish, here's something you need to do with it, and you'll love this. Take some peaches, either canned or fresh, and puree them, and mix an equal part of heavy cream with them, and 1 spoonful of red pepper flakes, not the really, really hot one, just plain red pepper flakes. It just gives it a little bit of a bite. And put it on the stove and reduce it by about half. Just boil it down about half its volume. And when your fish is done, pour that on there as a sauce. It is amazing.
It sounds it. Oh, wow. If anything, it's a conversation piece.
Exactly. Exactly.
No, I'm going to try that. No, fish is a hard one for me to season because, after a while, the monotony of, butter and onions or, teriyaki, things like that.
Yep.
No, I'm going to try that. That sounds really good. Well, I guess you're a Georgia peach, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And oddly enough, that's about the only way that I like peaches.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, my wife and kids can pick a peach and just sit and start eating it. I've never been able to eat a peach. So, yeah, a little strange that way, but, it's fun anyway. But, no, I love to find different ways to cook things. And, just like I say, the monotony of it just gets old. You might as well just say meatloaf every night after a while.
Do you bake at all?
I do not. I cannot bake for nothing. My wife does. She loves doing cakes. A couple of years ago, I actually bought her one of the printers that has the edible icing. So,
oh, yeah.
That's really neat. We can do a cake with somebody's picture on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her cake stuff has taken over the space of my cooking stuff. 'Cause I've got 2 sets of the big restaurant shelves in our house, and one was supposed to be hers and one was supposed to be mine, and I have a shelf on mine. That's it. The rest of it's her baking stuff. Yep, so she bakes a little bit, but she has fun with it, and that's her way of winding down. But so what do you do to wind down? Tell me.
Myself?
Yep.
I enjoy cooking. With this COVID, it's nice. I like to cook. I like a lasagna, but I don't do it from scratch like you do. I do the comfort foods. I like doing scalloped potatoes. I like making a turkey dinner. So I do that, or I read to wind down. Summer's here now, so it's just so great to be back outside with the vitamin D on your face. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Are you watching any particular shows on TV with this COVID? I've discovered this show, and I think they come out of Boston, and it's called Impractical Jokers.
Oh, yeah, I've watched that for a long time.
Yeah. No, I really like that show.
Yeah.
And then I like classic cars. I like when people, fix up a vehicle, and we started watching this show called Pastime.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I like that.
I think on, is it your Amazon or Netflix? I can't remember. Watch Counts Customs. And that's a guy out of California, Danny. I can't think of his last name. But he calls himself the Count. He's out at Las Vegas is where he is. And he'll redo these cars, and just, man, they're awesome. They're so beautiful.
Yeah. No, I really like those shows. It's really neat.
Yeah. I'll tell you one I just found on Netflix I've been watching is Lilyhammer. Have you seen it?
No.
It has got Stephen Van Zandt, who plays with Bruce Springsteen's band. He played Syl on
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah. He was
Sopranos.
on Sopranos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in this, he is a mafia member who, in the first episode, somebody tries to kill him, so he turns evidence, and they say, "Well, we'll put you in witness protection. Where do you want to go?" He says, "I don't want to go anywhere in the country because they'll find me. I want to go to Lillehammer," and he moves to Norway, and it's such a good show.
Really, I'm gonna have to try that. I hope I can get it.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, I'm gonna. What's the name of it again?
Lillehammer.
Lillehammer. Oh, okay.
Yep. It is such a good show, but I'll go in spurts. I'll watch Breaking Bad or Sons of Anarchy. I love watching it. And I just finished watching Weeds for about the 8th time. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good show.
I love that show. But yeah, I've watched the whole series probably 8 or 9 times back to back. And I love it.
Did you watch Ozark?
Oh, man, they film Ozark about 40 miles from me. I love Ozark.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, no, Jason Bateman, he's great. And then I started watching Christina Applegate, Dead to Me, I think it's called.
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, she's good in anything she does. So it was really good.
Yeah, I remember when she started out as Kelly Bundy, and she is just
Yes.
boom.
I think all the boys remember her as Kelly Bundy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and she has just done so much cool stuff. I mean, just her. I watched her in Vacation not long ago, and that was fun.
Yep.
Yep, her and Ed Helms, and I don't know the kids' names, but they were pretty cool. But of course, you had Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo in there toward the end. Yeah.
So with you in Georgia, do you have a lot of the lockdown regulations in your state as well?
We do. We've opened up a lot, and everybody's out and about now. Almost everybody wears a mask like they're supposed to. And,
well, I wonder, being that you're a paramedic, lately they're lightening the restrictions here, but when I drive to the nearest town, it's about 45 minutes, and I don't know what's happening to people, but the road rage is so increased. So I was curious, given that you're a paramedic, are you seeing any type of different behavior from people?
Well, it's funny, when this thing started, we were locked down totally. You weren't supposed to go out. We had curfews and all this. And people started drinking a lot more or a lot less, either one. We had some domestic violence things, but at the same time, we looked around and we saw people actually caring for each other too. And that was really neat
good.
because, on the news, all you see is looting, rioting, and everybody hating each other.
Yeah.
And I love this story because, when the riots first started really big, I'm all for protesting because you got to have your voice heard. Everybody has that right. And I'm all for it. And the news was just showing all the big riots. Well, that weekend we had 2 groups in our county who just really do not like each other, that had big block parties about a half a mile away from each other. And the second day we had 2 planned protests, and that's when we were given Kevlar because we didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, it was just a perfect storm according to the news. And everybody that weekend took care of each other. Everybody behaved. Everybody got along. And that you don't see that on the news.
No, of course not. No, that's the thing. It's almost like they are pushing for the riots, or, they make it in vogue, or, how people tend to want to belong to a group. So, they keep seeing these riots and these groups over and over again. And some individuals might think, I need to belong to something, so why don't I go down and participate? And, it's frustrating, but at the same time, I think shows like this one, they're gaining momentum because it's not negative. And people, at least this COVID, I think, is allowing people to open their eyes to a selection of what they want to watch. And, I think things that are positive, I think will grow more than, the tried and true shows that people were watching before the lockdown.
Mm-hmm. I think so. And I really hope
toxic. And Yeah, because with your being a paramedic, I can't imagine what you see, or just the different types of personalities emerging if people are, feeling more angry or suppressed. Hopefully, you're not seeing too much negative pushback on you with what you need to do to help people.
Yeah, I've been doing it for 30 years, and I've seen a lot of stuff over the years. And people are going to be people when it boils down to a bad situation. People are going to put things aside. And well, you may not like me because I have a badge on my chest, even though it's not a police badge. Our uniforms look like them. When it comes down to it, when it's time for the muscle to meet the meat or meet the metal, where I have to do my thing to help you. People understand that, and they let us do what we've got to do, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think human beings are a lot more smart, much more intelligent than, some of the media gives them credit for. So I'm glad that you're able to see that and you're able to tell us that, because, yeah, it gets frustrating with some of the messaging you see on the news.
Yeah. And, I don't remember who quoted it, but I saw a quote a little while back, and it hit home with me because I started doing it. And to just kind of paraphrasing it, he said, I thought the world was bad because I watched the news, and then I turned it off and looked around me at my neighbors and realized that it wasn't. And that's what you got to do. You just kind of got to look, take the news out of the equation and look at people. Nobody wants everybody in the world to hate each other. Anybody that does is an idiot.
Yeah.
And
well, and that's the thing. The messaging of the media is definitely one size fits all. It's, like up here in Canada now, the weather's so much better. I know the government says stay inside, whichever, but this is a viral infection, and you know better than anyone you need clear, clean lungs. So I think people should be out going for a walk and stopping and smelling the flowers and taking the path that fits you, not what's being dictated to you. So, yeah. And I think it's almost like we're all prisoners on house arrest. And so hopefully people, when they break out, they take a more positive path or a more unique path, or go out on a limb and enter a contest. You never know.
Yeah. And, I just did a contest through Rode microphones out of Australia. And I had to record a 1 to 2 minute episode of my podcast. So I just did a little episode about my thoughts about COVID. And they had 3 categories. We had first place and second place, the judges picked, and then they had the people's choice. And I didn't win, damn it, but I had fun, and I got my email from them because I was one of the first 1,000 that entered. They're sending me a hat. Oh, yeah. Be jealous. Be jealous. It's embroidered.
I'm very jealous.
But, oh, yeah, it tickles me. It may take the place of my fedora on my Bigfoot cup over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have a photo
no,
on your Facebook?
Of what, my fedora? On my
your prize?
Not yet. I haven't gotten it yet. It's coming, though.
Oh.
But, oh, yeah. I haven't decided whether to put it on the Bigfoot cup or on my skeleton yet.
No, I saw your Facebook photo. You're very handsome. I saw you with your fedora. It's a good photo.
Well, thank you. Yeah, with the white one, a friend of mine actually brought me that back from Puerto Rico.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He goes down there about 3 or 4 times a year. I have not. I want to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks lovely. I'd love to go there too.
Yeah, he's got family down there, and him and his wife will go down 4 or 5 times a year whenever they get a chance to see his grandmother, and they'll video everything and send it back to us, and they'll bring back little things like I was looking for a hat to wear on stage when I do comedy, and I said I want a white Panama hat, find me something cool, and he found that one, and believe it or not, you know how much that hat cost? That hat was 79 cents.
Really?
Yeah. Yep, he got it from a roadside stand, and it's made of paper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've woven the fibers, and it's actually a really strong, really nice hat. I love it. Yep.
You'll have to go down there and get a whole bunch with smoked meat written on them and give them away as gifts.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'm actually fixing to do a giveaway here soon. Kenny Wilkerson from the band Nova Rex, he has put out a cookbook. And
really?
Yes, you need to get this cookbook. It's called Rockin' Recipes for Autism. And
definitely.
He has got, his son is on the spectrum, and he got with a bunch of the rockers from the 80s and 90s and got them to give him recipes. And his book, it's a heavy book. It's like a 2-pound book. And it is so good. Wow. He's got so many neat recipes in there. I did one the other night that was a wasabi sesame crusted salmon. And holy crap, it was good. I loved it.
Well, you're going to have to submit him your peach salmon recipe or your peach fish compote for your submission.
Oh, I'm going to send him a couple.
Yeah.
I'm sending him a couple, and I'm actually, me and him are getting together, and I'm going to do a couple of giveaways on this, just because. One, I totally believe in it, because autism, is something that everybody may not know it, but everybody's hit by it in some way.
Yes.
And it's a thing near and dear to my heart. Plus, it's a cookbook full of stuff from people like Queensryche and Ozzy and all these people. I mean, who would not want this book?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'll send you a link for that too. And he is such a nice guy.
Yeah, it'd be a great conversation piece if you're having a barbecue with friends, right? You're saying, "Oh, this is Ozzy Osbourne's ribs."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm writing myself a note to send you that link.
I was going to say, you better tell Kevin Wilkinson that we were giving him a good plug.
Oh, I plug him everywhere. He knows I do. Oh, yeah, I plug him any chance I get, because one, he's a great guy, two, is a great cause, and three, it's a really good cookbook. So, oh, yeah. And speaking of Kenny's, I was talking to Kenny Olson this morning for a little while, and he said to tell you, you are a beautiful inside and out, a beautiful person inside and out. That is the direct quote message.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. That's really nice.
Kenny's awesome, ain't he?
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because he asked me.
No, he's really good. He's somebody that really needs to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My favorite song right now, and I've had some friends over last night. We were playing it. His Jimi Hendrix Little Wing that he mixed with Shaka Khan, and oh my goodness, I did not realize a guitar could play that well, and I think I might make it a mission to see how we can get him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because it's long overdue for him.
Yeah, he is so awesome, and like I say, he's a great guy. And I haven't heard a bad song. On my episode where I recorded with him, he told me whatever music I wanted to put under there, I could, and I put one. He does the Kenny Olson Cartel now, and it's a song called Psychedelic Lap Dance. And that's the music I've actually got on that podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
no, I want to hear it. I want to get his music, and I know nobody does CDs anymore, but I want to gift his music to people because it's really, really good. And I'm sure you talked to him about Scott Page and their Think experience.
Oh,
actually,
did you go to the concert?
Were you on that pod?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was going to ask you. I was on there too.
Yeah, that was so awesome, because when I got the link, she just told me it's a Scott Page show. And I didn't know who Scott's playing with now. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'll listen, because, you get an invitation to a Scott Page concert, you're going to click it. And I looked up, and I saw Kenny, I saw Norwood, I saw Perkins, and I'm like, holy crap, this is a freaking super group. And it was such a good time.
Well, I was thinking about it. Remember back in the day, the band? I can't remember who was with Eric Clapton in that group, but that's today's The Band. But the way they've twisted it now in a positive way is, this COVID, sadly, I fear that we're going to have this from time to time where we will have to shut down, but they're so forward thinking with how they're going to reach people with music. And it's just genius. And then, the bonus is their sound.
Yeah.
They sound amazing. Each one of them is the best of the best in that musical group, the best guitarist, the best, drummer. It's just, I can't recommend it enough. And I'm just so happy that I'm getting to know the members of the band.
Yeah, and one thing I like about my style of my interview, when I first started this, if I were interviewing you, I'd have been, so tell me about Maxim in my radio voice, and just like we talked about the canned questions. But doing it like this, we're talking. We did the part we have to do, talk about Maxim and all that stuff, but now we're just two people, and we're making friends. That's the neat part. I'm not got guests, I've got friends. And
no, it's the best, and I'm serious, and I'm genuine when I say, I look forward to coming to your the great state of Georgia, because I would love to sit down with you. We'll go out for something to eat, and I'll do a hot challenge with you.
Outstanding.
I think it'd be fun. I think I'm okay with heat. I'm not sure though, but we'll know. But again, no bugs, no animals, but
no
white chocolate maybe. But you've already mastered that, so.
Oh, there's a show I've been watching on YouTube. It's called The Hot Ones. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh, it is awesome. I wished I would have had this idea, and this show would be going so much more differently. But
what's it about?
It's a guy named Sean Evans who interviews people, and he has some really big people on there. But the key is he's got 10 hot sauces lined up, starting from just a mild thing like Tabasco or something, all the way to one called The Last Dab, which is ridiculous hot. And he's got 10 chicken wings, and each one has been done in one of those sauces. So you eat a wing, you ask a question. You eat another wing, you ask another question. It just get hotter and hotter and hotter.
That.
Oh, it is
I've seen
awesome.
that.
It is
so
awesome.
How far along have you seen them go? Has anyone gotten all the way to 10 or 1? How far have they gotten?
Most people get all the way to 10. A lot of them are crying when they get to 10. Gordon Ramsay did it. That was really funny to watch. Yeah.
Well, and I'm not the Me Too kind of girl. Like I love men. We need men. But who can you tell has the toughest palate, men or women?
Charlize Theron had
go
it.
That.
Oh,
really?
Actually, I tell you somebody that was more gangster than Charlize.
Well, she's the essence of hot all the way around. Hot to look at, hot actress, and now I learned she can handle hot food.
But
She's a trifecta.
I'll tell you who was the most gangster when I saw, and I would not want to meet her in a dark alley because she would probably be able to kill you with a napkin, is Rachel Ray.
Oh, really?
Oh, when she did this show, she didn't eat wings. She brought 10 spoons. And instead of just eating wings, she just get a spoonful of this hot sauce and whoop. I was like, holy
is she
shit.
from Georgia? Is she from there?
I'm not sure where she's from, but I know I don't want to meet her in a dark alley. She'd take me out with a napkin.
No, that's good.
Oh, man, she is tougher than a 50-cent steak, I'll tell you. But,
wow. That sounds so good.
But, yeah, I mean, she is... Oh, that one floored me. But I've watched all the episodes, and he does such a wide array of people that it's hilarious. And
that's good.
He's also got a show.
I applaud you for taking it by the handle and trying the hot food yourself.
Oh man, it's fun, and I look at this. I like hot stuff, but it makes people laugh, and that's what people need now.
Oh, definitely, especially now. But I can't believe like you're genius because you said I'm going to eat this. And I'm going the white chocolate, and I need to find where I can get that because the box looks amazing with it's white lightning, white hot chocolate. And when you said I'm going to see if I can read through the hot spots of 50 Shades of Grey, and that's why I wondered what made you give up the reading or the heat.
Yeah, it was the heat. It was the heat because 50 Shades of Grey in Murray's voice is hearing Murray say panties was a little bit creepy, but but hearing him read 50 Shades of Grey was awesome.
But I always thought sugar quelled the heat, and that's why I thought, oh, you're going to go for a while. And I was watching you, and I'm like, oh, wow, that must be hot.
Yeah, it was rough. And whenever I'm doing
But
them,
how come?
oh, go ahead.
No, but how can? Because you said, oh, I'm going to go get a bourbon now. I would think that would only add to the flame.
Oh no, that's just Murray's character.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because I'm like, Jesus, that's dousing the flame.
No, I drank about a half a gallon of milk after that.
Almond milk.
Oh man, but yeah, Murray's character in his first video, he drank a fifth of bourbon in about 10 minutes. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but that was tea in the video, because if I drank like Murray, it would kill me.
So if bourbon is Murray's drink of choice, what is Brad's drink of choice?
I like bourbon. I don't drink a lot anymore. When I was younger, I think I got my fill, because I was the guy that would open a bottle of a tequila and throw the cap away. And
Yeah.
I would eat the worm, but I quit doing that the night that I was sitting on my couch and my coffee table, got up and went to the refrigerator and got a beer and came back. I never ate the worm after that. But I don't drink tequila anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh no, bad experience with it. Bad experience. Yep. I always say I've never done it.
Bad experience.
I will not.
I want to know now.
I will not. I always say I've never done anything that I'm ashamed of or I regret, but I have done some things that I should be ashamed of. Yeah, tequila is one of those.
I guess that's in the vault, so you better make sure you know who your friends are so they don't open the vault.
That's one where when you come to Georgia, I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, I got something to look forward to. We all need something to live for.
There you go. And but now I'll sit out in behind my garage with a little bit of bourbon in the bottom of a coffee cup and smoke a good cigar. And that's about my extent now. And I tell you what, I've been drinking some here lately is PBR hard coffee. You know, like Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, really?
Beer. Yeah, they've got a hard coffee that is amazing. It tastes like you gave mocha a little shot of alcohol.
Really?
Yes, it is so
Well, you know
good.
what I'm going to do? Before I come down there to see you, I'm going to ask my friends, or I'll post it, and I'm going to ask people, what's the best drink of choice that I should take with me to see you? And I'm going to do that, because I can't think now what I would want to bring you that would be really unique.
Okay, I'm always up for unique. Like I say, I like bourbon. I like vodka. The vodka I like, have you ever had Hammer and Sickle?
No?
It is really good. It doesn't have any backbite to it. It's almost like drinking water. And
is that like what do you call? I was in Indonesia. They have a drink called Iraq, or it's what's that one? Everclear, where you can put down your finger and you can light a match and your finger will be on fire, but you're not burning.
Yeah, Everclear is 190 proof grain alcohol. Yeah. Yeah, that stuff. I remember.
Oh my God! You know that we're going to go from the restaurant to a drinking contest.
Oh man, I tell you, that's. Whew, yeah, Everclear's rough.
You can't have memories unless you make them.
There you go.
So far, tequila is your number one drink for memory.
Oh man. I actually taste tequila vomit right now. It's that strong of memories. Where when I talk about tequila, I can taste it.
Really?
Yep. Really.
You know what mine is?
What?
I remember when you first start to drink, and we were going to go to a bar. No, not a bar. I think I was in grade 8, and my parents are going to kill me. But my girlfriend Carla Hansen and we thought, okay, we're going to go to the junior high dance, and we're going to have drinks beforehand. But we didn't like the taste of it, and she goes, I think it was Southern Comfort, and she goes, well, I heard if we plug our nose and drink real fast, we won't taste it. So we just kept plugging our nose, and we were all upset because we go, well, we're not drunk. So we go into the junior high dance, and all of a sudden you saw the strobe light, and all of a sudden I got sick, and I can remember running into the washroom, and some girls were going, these elementary school girls shouldn't be here. They're drunk and getting sick. And so, we didn't last 5 minutes at the older kids' dance. So whenever I think of Southern Comfort, I start to get a little woozy.
No, I have a good
I'm sure
friend.
everyone's got a story like that.
I have got a good friend of mine who you can mention Southern Comfort and he will almost get sick. Yep.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
Yeah. And you
Oh
talk.
God, poor Southern Comfort. I'm going to have to make a drink so that I get over that hill. Oh my
Oh
goodness,
man.
Southern Comfort's probably going to shoot me.
Oh man. Well, I tell you, talking about being in grade 8, and because down here I just say 8th grade, and I know that's a Canadian thing,
Okay.
grade 8. Talking about that and going to an older party. Kevin Smith did a movie several years ago for his daughter. Her and Lily Rose Depp, Johnny Depp's daughter, were in it, and it's called Yoga Hosers. Have you seen this movie?
No, but I'm going to.
You have got to, because it's about two
Yoga
girls who are in
hosers.
grade 8 going to an older party.
Uh-oh, Carla Hansen and I all over again.
Oh yeah, and it's a definitely a roller coaster. It's a strange movie, but it's a good one. And the music in it's really good. They do
Yeah,
a
but
version.
anything Johnny Depp does is memorable, so God bless him and God bless his daughter for wanting to be a part of it. So now look at you, you're spreading the word, so I'm definitely going to go watch it.
Oh yeah, and it's funny. They do a version of Anthrax's "I'm the Man," and those two
Oh,
do it at the beginning of the
oh
show. It
really?
opens with it, and it's so cool. See Harley Smith and Lily Rose Depp sitting there singing this to their own little thing. It's cool, but it has
Oh,
every
wow.
Canadian stereotype in the world in it.
Have I said A very often?
You have not.
There we go.
You have not.
No, sometimes people think I sound like I'm from Wisconsin, but I used to do lumber sales, and about 90% of my customers were American,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the best. You know, it was always fun, and so I think some people, they always say that I sound more American than I do Canadian, but I think it's because of all my conversations with my American buyers.
Mm-hmm. Well, now I know your family's always been big in lumber. Did y'all do any of the logging and that stuff?
Yes, yes. Where we are, we're blessed with the best timber in the world. I think we're in the Rocky Mountains here, an area that our timber comes from was called Bull River, and not a lot of knots, a nice white board, it's strength. A lot of our markets, a lot of customers, they really, really liked our wood, like Alpine Lumber. They were great. Foxworth Galbraith, they were great. So a lot of our wood was really received well, and I really miss those guys. But I've been working on a show with the great Brian Sebastian, movie reviews and more, and we'll be going down to Tennessee. So I've had a lot of our wood go into that great state as well. So hopefully I'll be able to make a connection again with some of my past lumber traders and see them. Unfortunately, I won't see our lumber in their yards, but
Yeah.
it's always kind of neat seeing it rolling on the BNSF or the Union Pacific.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
But yeah, we did the logging. We did all the logging, and then we did the manufacturing of the lumber. So we were predominantly, construction lumber. Like door frames, roof trusses. All the bare bones of a home.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, being that you've done logging, or y'all have done logging, I have to ask the question I've asked a lot of my guests: Bigfoot, yes or no?
Yes.
Have you ever seen or heard anything weird out in the woods while you were out doing this stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. It's funny. I've never seen it. And I've heard some stuff in the woods that I couldn't identify, and I grew up in the woods. I've heard a couple of sounds, but I mean, but I thoroughly believe. I mean, there's too much that we haven't found.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, it's fun to believe. But I've got you another good movie to watch.
Okay.
And it's on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure how it works between here and Canada. I know Canada has some stuff that we can't get, and we have some stuff y'all can't get. But the name of the movie is called Willow Creek. And you remember Bobcat Goldthwait from the Police Academy
No.
movies? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, he directs now. And he directed this,
Oh.
and it's kind of a found footage thing. And it's basically this couple goes out to Willow Creek, California to film where the Patterson-Gimlin footage was taken back in the day in the 60s. And the first part of it's them interviewing, and the second part of them's them going in the woods to camp. And holy crap, it's a really good movie.
No, I'd like to see that. But you know what? And I come from a logging family. I was fourth generation. The bush kind of scares me. I'm not really an outdoorsy kind of girl. I don't have the instincts that most women and men do in my area.
It's not for everybody.
The urban jungle? Yes. That's my forest.
Nice. It's funny, a couple of years ago when my daughters were small, I hunted and I actually killed 2 deer. And I put them in the back of my truck and put them over to where I clean them at. And she was probably 6 or 7 years old, my youngest one was. And I had one hanging up, cleaning it. And the other one was laying on the tailgate of my truck. And she walks over there and starts petting this dead deer. And I'm like, Maddie, do not pet the deer. And she said, okay.
Yeah.
And she stood there and watched me clean them. And, when you finish, there's always, the little feeder hanging on the gambrel that you hang it on. And she looked at me and said, so, what you going to do with them feet, Pop? I said, I'm going to throw them away. She said, can I have them play with them? I'm like, no. It's funny. They just were raised around that, and they don't bother them a bit. The woods and all that. They love it. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's hilarious. But that always stuck with me. What are you going to do with those feet, Pop?
It's funny. I'm sitting in my car talking to you, and the whole time I've been talking to you, there's actually a deer that's been grazing in front of me.
Nice. Well, where we're living.
I try to think you're a good person when you've got Mother Nature's animals coming towards you.
Yeah. Well, where we live at now, we're not in the country. We're not in Atlanta proper. We're just south of it, and my subdivision has woods in it. Not big ones, but we have got a family of deer that actually lives in a set of bushes behind our house. And I can go out there and I'll see, the baby and the mama just kind of hanging out, just chilling. And they don't care if I come outside.
It's it's very serene when you can see, animals like that. It's dangerous around here, though, with them on the highway. But, it's nice. And where I am, the elk usually have their babies, in May, and then the deer have theirs in June. And it's really sweet seeing them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I told you that we have where I'm at. We're at a cabin here at Rosen Lake, and we have a family of foxes living under one of the cabins. There's a mom and a pop and 4 cubs and 4 pups, and they're really cute.
Yeah, be careful. Foxes get rabies really easy.
Yeah, no. Well, and I have a Chihuahua, so. I don't let her walk with me over to there. I have to carry her because, yeah. But it's nice to see, but you can't let them get too tame.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, we have been going for almost an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you go. I'm sorry to keep you.
Oh, you're fine. You're not keeping me a bit. But you're welcome on here anytime. I mean, that's not even a question.
No, thank you. I'm really happy that you invited me, and I'm even more happy that I'm your first Canadian. So I hope I did the Canadians well. It was our Canada Day on July 1st, so you're close to our celebration.
You did very well. You did very, very well. Like I say, anytime you want to be on here, all you got to do is call because, like I say, I'm very flexible. You know that.
Yeah. No, but I do want to do the heat challenge.
Hey, it's on. You come to Georgia, it's on.
Okay, great.
All right. Well, thank you so very, very, very much.